Shout out to the flock. Quote the ducks, nevermore. I am Mama Ducks, baby duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack, quack. But watch this though. Man, Solo Secor is tripping, man. And if you've watched any of my previous videos on this channel when I was talking about Solo Secor specifically, you would understand why I say that, man. He tripping, bro. Y'all know I want to see the bloodline get back together. I want everybody to be on the same page. Solo need to join. The Tungans need to join. They need to add Nia Jackson to there. Zilla Fatu just got here. He just showed up on NXT, well, last week or whatever. He need to join. Naomi, when she recovered from having the baby, she need to join. I want to see all the Samoans and everybody in the family tree. I want to see everybody on the same page. Let's get this faction together and let's run it. But Solo is stopping that from happening, man. So he's really getting on my nerves, man. But nah, this bloodline storyline is lit, man. I think they're trying to get it back to where it used to be. I'm not saying it'll ever reach those heights again, but they could also make it reach new heights, man. So I'm looking forward to Solo joining eventually. But tonight, it didn't happen. Y'all know last week Jay had the match with Solo to where if Jay beat Solo, then Solo got to come in front of the tribal chief. Now, check the words. Solo have to come in front of the tribal chief. They never really said that he had to join the bloodline. So I'm already thinking something is up. I'm thinking something is a little fishy. But I'm like, I ain't gonna even trip, man. He finna go join the bloodline because that's what I want. But like I said, it didn't happen. I didn't even expect for Jay to win the match last week. Jay ended up winning the match, of course, with the help of his brother Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do it by himself, you know. But hey, what's the point of having the bloodline if I can't use the people that I got blood with? You know what I'm saying? So this week he's supposed to come in front of Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw. They kicked off the show, the bloodline segments. You know, we see Jay, we see Jimmy. They backstage. They giddy. I mean, they super giddy. They turned up. They lit. They geeking. You know what I'm saying? Solo pop into the picture, and they like, yeah, you know, you gotta go in front of the tribal chief. They walking. They pretty much ton them. You know what I'm saying? Not really making fun of them, but ton them or whatever, because he got to keep his word. He got to go stand in front of the tribal chief. So they lit about it. The twins. So in another segment, you know what I'm saying, they walking backstage with Solo Secor and all this stuff, and they end up running into Jacob. And, you know, Jacob don't like Jay, you know, or whatever. So Jay was like, yeah, man, I did something you couldn't even do, you know, because Solo and Jacob had a match to where it was pretty much somewhat of the same stipulation, but Jacob ended up losing for whatever reason. So Jimmy making fun of it, pretty much saying like, yeah, bro, I did what you couldn't do, man, blase, blase, blase. Now, Jacob Fatu been calling Jay a punk ASS, you know, for the last few weeks. You know, that's one of his catchphrases, calling people a punk ASS, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, man, you beat him last week, but you still a punk ASS, and you ain't even beat him by yourself. You needed help, you know what I'm saying? So he walk off or whatever, he do his thing. Well, later on in the segment, man, later on in the show, another segment popped up to where we see the black on black SUV pull up, door open, is Roman Reigns. Yeah, Roman Reigns hop out of it, you know, close the door, he walked forward, man. One of the stage hands ended up handing him his belt. His music hit, he coming from the parking lot all the way to the arena. Now, he only got Jacob with him, you know, so he hit the ramp. He hold up the belt, the pyro go crazy. He take his time coming down to the ring like always. He get in the ring, he hold up the belt, the pyro go crazy all over again. So, you know, after that, Usos music hit. They pretty much walking Solo down to the ring, still being giddy, being lit like they have been all night, man. They get into the ring. Oh, man. All right, Roman Reigns was like, okay, Solo, you think you a cool guy now? You know? You got a John Mayer on. Y'all know John Mayer is a watch. And just like in the video that you're watching right now, Solo Secor didn't have on the red suit like he normally have on. He had on the black on black. He got the black shirt on. You know, he got the black pants on. You know, he got the black jacket on. He got the gold chain on with the black gloves and the black glasses. You know what I'm saying? So Roman Reigns making fun of him. And he like, okay, you thinking you cool now? You know, he was like, you got your chain around your neck. He took Solo glasses off his face. He threw them on the ground, and then he stepped on them. And then he was like, Solo, I'm starting to question you now, man. He was like, why you even looking at me eye to eye right now? You looking at me in my face? He was like, why ain't you down on your knees begging me right now, man? And then out of nowhere, man, say Jacob Fatu hit Solo with a super kick in the side of his face, knocked him down to his knees. He set up for the tongue and death grip, run over there to Solo, jump on him, put him in the tongue and death grip, man. He choking him. He choking him. He choking him. He choking him. Roman Reigns was talking trash to Solo at first while Jacob was choking him. Then all of a sudden, Roman was like, enough, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Because Jacob ain't really following nobody directions besides Roman. You know, he already said that I came back to the bloodline to follow Roman. I ain't come back to the bloodline to follow nobody else. So when Roman told him it's enough, he backed off, but still kind of had like a little look on his face over there. So Roman turned to the crowd because when Solo got in the ring and before this part happened, the crowd just, soloed this, they glazing him, they singing his praises, he's trying to be a comedian for these last few months and all that stuff. So, Roman like, hey, it ain't funny in there, is it, huh? But he was like, hold up, Solo. He was like, hold up. He said, I got other business to handle right now, so Solo just gonna have to wait. Now Solo on the ground holding his throat because he just got hit with the turkey and death grip. So Roman Reigns go over to the side of the ring. One of the stage hands him two black lays, and he was like, look, I'm the tribal chief. The twins are my captains. He said they are made men, and if you disrespect them, then you disrespecting him. Now, when he said that, you can see Solo in the background, like he don't know the play. He didn't know that none of this was playing because, like I just told y'all, Solo said that he in the bloodline to listen to Roman, but now Roman done made Jimmy and Jay captains. So he take the two lays, he put one over Jimmy, he put one over Jay, and again he let it be known that hey, they word is just like my word. But again, Solo is looking like, hold up, like you ain't even got no lay for me. Now, don't forget, Roman did give Solo a lay when they had the tribal match back a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. It was like a maroon colored type of lay. Now, I don't remember what position or what he said when he gave him the lay. He did say something. It's just slipping my mind right now. So he did give him a position, but it wasn't like he was the right hand man. They got to listen to him or no stuff like that. He was pretty much like the bodyguard that he is. But him coming out now saying that the Usos are captains and they word is pretty much just like his word. Yeah, Solo face body language said it all, man. I can't even lie to you, man. So after that, Roman ended up picking up the mic. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time to get back to business. But now, while it's time to get back to business, all of a sudden, LA Night music hit. LA Night, and y'all know LA get one of, if not the biggest pop as soon as that instrument hit for his song, man. So I always got to say that. Now, LA Knight making his way down to the ring, and while he coming, I'm thinking like, because he walking with purpose, but I'm like, Solo on the ground, all the bloodline is standing up. I'm like, bro, don't be stupid enough to go get in this ring, man. He walk, he jump up on the apron, he act as if he finna get in the ring, and Jimmy started rushing towards the rope, but LA Knight pulled down the third rope. Jimmy fell over the rope. I mean, Jay fell over the rope and fell out the ring. LA Knight stand back up. Jimmy run over there to try to hit him, but LA Knight blocked it. He punches Jimmy, grabbed him, hit him with a hip toss from in the ring to out the ring to on the ground. Now, Solo was standing over there in the corner because don't forget, Solo still tripping based off what just happened. You know what I'm saying? And Roman told Solo that you can't touch LA Knight. LA Knight is mine. You can't touch LA Knight. So LA looking at Jacob, like, okay, well, he ain't finna do nothing because last week he didn't do nothing to him. And Jacob told him that he can't touch him. So LA get in the ring. He looking at, excuse me, he looking at Roman face to face like he finna do something. All of a sudden, Jacob hit LA Knight in the back of the head, knock him to the ground. He goes to signal for the tongue and death grip, and he about to hit LA Knight with the tongue and death grip, but Roman stopped him. And Roman was like, hold up, man, what I tell you? You know what I'm saying? You can't touch him. I don't need your help, bro. I will beat smack him. You know, pimp smack him, pimp slap him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't need your help. So he put his hands on his chest. He pushed Solo back in the corner, not violently. You know, he's just trying to tell him, chill out, I got it. Solo agreed. Roman Reigns cocked that fist while LA Knight trying to get up. He take about 2 or 3 steps, jump up in the air, hit him with that Superman punch, man. Knocked that boy flat out on his back. Probably knocked out a couple of teeth, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So the Usos end up getting back in the ring. They grab Solo up off the ground. They pick him up. But Roman Reigns is getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, lay a smackdown on that boy LA Knight. But then he thought about it. He was like, nah, I ain't going to do it. I'm going to let you do it, Solo. He go pick Solo up off the ground and he tells Solo, you need to throat this dude. Now, don't forget, it's called the Samoan spike, but over here we call it the throat because he hits you in the throat with that spike and with his thumb, and you just can't get it together. So anyway, Roman Reigns telling Solo, look, you need to throat this dude, man. You get up, you do it. Prove your allegiance to the bloodline. So Solo walk over there. He like, yes, man. He keeps saying, I'm sorry, man. He grabbed LA Knight by the face. He pick him up. He signaled for the throat. But all of a sudden, he hit Roman Reigns in the throat. Knock Roman Reigns down to the ground. Roman Reigns holding his throat like, oh my God. Now, I'm thinking that the Usos is finna attack this dude. But instead of the Usos attacking this dude, Jay walk over there and start consoling Roman. Jimmy sitting right there talking trash to Solo like, what are you doing, bro? What did you just do? That's the tribal chief, man. You tripping. Jacob Fatu is over there in the corner, just standing there with his hands, you know what I'm saying? He got his hands on his wrist, and he just standing there like it's just a normal day in the prison yard, man. Solo reached into his pocket like he got a gun, but he pulled out his fingers and he aims his finger guns at Jay and blah, hit him with that warning shot. Jay run full speed to try to attack him, but he sidestepped it. You know what I'm saying? He threw him out the ring. Jimmy went over there to try to, you know what I'm saying, put his hands on Solo, but all of a sudden, LA Knight get up. LA Knight get up and hit Jimmy with the BFT, smashed his face in. Solo get out the ring. He grabbed Jay, throw Jay up against the barricade. He hit the yeet, then hit him with the throat. So he knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Now by this time, Roman on the ground, in the ring, Jimmy on the ground, in the ring, Jay on the ground, outside the ring. LA Knight started talking trash to Fatu. He like, yeah, you can't touch me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to touch me, put your hands on me. You gonna listen to me or you gonna listen to him? So he getting all in Jacob's face, backing Jacob into the corner. By this time, Roman Reigns get up. He cocked that fist again. He run full speed, jump in the air, and he goes to hit the Superman punch, but LA Knight turn around. He blocked the Superman punch. Excuse me. He spin Roman Reigns around, hit him with a BFT, knocked his block off. Solo was standing there in the corner with his hand on his wrist, again, like he in the prison yard, watching it go down. And Solo slide into the ring. He look at LA Knight. LA Knight look at him. They looking at each other. You know, LA Knight throw out the fist for the fist bump. Solo Sikoa fist bumper, man. Now at the same time, again, I told y'all, Jacob still standing right there in the corner. He didn't touch nobody. He didn't do anything to Solo. He didn't do anything to Jacob. He let them get out the ring and walk up the ramp. Man, y'all excuse me, man. Forgive me. I am a little sick. I'm trying to get over this cold that I just got the other day. But I got to give y'all content. So, yeah, man, that's how Raw ended up going off, man. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa left. Roman Reigns and the Twins land. Jacob Fatu didn't do nothing, man. So I'm assuming next week that Roman gonna have something to say about that, even though we already know he told Jacob that he can't touch LA Knight. So, I mean, how Roman gonna get himself out of this? You know what I'm saying? But he is a coach of personality. He can tell you that 1 + 1 = 3, and that's most likely what he gonna try to do. But I don't think that people in the bloodline should be beefing right now, man. I don't like it that Jimmy and Jacob is beefing right now, and it looked like some potential beef between Jacob and Roman is going to happen. And it's too early for that, man. They don't need to be doing all that right now. The bloodline need to come together, get on the same page, run the play. We've been talking about factions for a long time. This faction right here that they can build, man, within the next 3 to 5 years, even if Roman decides to leave or the Usos decide to leave, shoot, Solo ain't number like what, 33? Jacob ain't number like 34. Zilla just came to WWE. He younger than them. We got some other Samoan people out here who connected to the family. They can keep this faction going for a long, long time. And it could also promote other people. Because look at people like The Rock, people that start off in factions and then become superstars, become megastars. Look at what DX did for Triple H and, Road Dogg, Jesse James, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, and all that good stuff, man. So factions are proven. And we already know that a lot of the IWC and wrestling fans alike, like we like factions. And they could actually do it now because WWE is now somewhat like the NFL and the NBA. When these athletes that are at college, they can be football players, basketball players, volleyball players, gymnasts. They can be on the soccer team or whatever. They have a recruiting system now that they didn't have at first. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people pumping into WWE. Not only the people that you see on LFG, think about the people who don't even make it that far. And then the LFG people get fast track to NXT, and you haven't even seen all the people that's in the development center for NXT on TV right now. And then all the people that we do have in NXT who's already main roster ready that they can just push up to the main roster. Factions could be a major thing within these next few years to come, man. You know what I'm saying? And the bloodline could be the base for all of that. As they make other stars, man, I can see Jay one day being the tribal chief. Of course, I can see Solo being the tribal chief in the future. I can see Jacob being the tribal chief. All the storylines, all the beef, all the drama, they can keep it going for however long they want. And we can be looking at a whole new era or thought of wrestling with this bloodline kicking everything off. Look at the Judgment Day, man. Judgment Day been together for a long time, It's been years. You see what I'm saying? So they definitely can do it. It's proven, and it can work. But yeah, man, Solo is tripping, bro. He getting on my nerves. He getting in the way of me getting the storyline that I'm looking for, that I want to happen, which is, again, all of my Samoans on the same team, man. Well, we're going to real briefly talk about some other stuff that went down on Raw. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's been going on with the Judgment Day. Pretty much Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch and Stephanie Valkyrie. Well, Valkyrie, I wouldn't say she opened up the show, but she pretty much did as in like coming to the ring. She opened up the show. She let it be known that she going after the title. She don't care because Liv got the title. I mean, she cared that Liv got the title, and she said, if Liv ain't scared, then why she all the way over there? You know what I'm saying? She to come in the ring and fight her. Liv come down to the ring. We hear the trouble. That's her. She make her way down to the ring with Raquel, with Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? They get up on the apron after Stephanie Valkyrie cut her promo. Liv pretty much was telling her, look, you're going to regret calling us out to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, they got in the ring first like they was finna surround her, Stephanie Valkyrie. But Stephanie Valkyrie ran straight forward, hit Liv Morgan, knocked her down to the ground. Judgment Day ended up jumping Stephanie Valkyrie, and then Becky Lynch music ended up hitting. Now, I'm like, why is Becky Lynch coming out here to save Stephanie Valkyrie? They don't even like each other. But she wasn't coming out there to save Stephanie Valkyrie. She was actually coming out there so that because she wanted to be #1 contender, for Liv Morgan belt. So Becky come out there, Liv Morgan get out the ring and meet Becky at the ramp. Becky take her, throw her into the barricade. Roxanne Perez get out the ring and try to help Liv Morgan, but Becky Lynch end up throwing her to the barricade. By the time Becky Lynch turn around, Raquel Rodriguez, she didn't got the best of Becky. She threw Becky into the ring or whatever, and then she tried to get in the ring with Becky, but Becky cut her off at the pass. While Becky hit her with a couple of punches, Becky turned around and ended up bumping into Stephanie Vaquera by accident, but Stephanie Vaquera wasn't letting it go. So after Becky threw Raquel Rodriguez out the ring, Roxanne out the ring, and all that good stuff, her and Stephanie started arguing, and Becky told her, "Man, go on, leave me alone." Becky was trying to leave the ring, but Stephanie wouldn't let her. So Becky like, gone on somewhere. Becky tried to leave the ring again, and Stephanie grabbed her by her arm, turned her around, started talking her trash. You know what I'm saying? But then by this time, Liv Morgan and grabbed Becky's legs and dragged her out the ring and threw her up against the ring post. And Stephanie Vaquer jumped out the ring. She ended up jumping on Liv, knocking Liv down. Then she ended up grabbing Roxanne, knocking Roxanne down. She tried to do the same thing to Raquel, but of course, it didn't happen. Raquel ended up getting the best of her, and then they threw Stephanie back in the ring, and they ended up jumping Stephanie, man. So Judgment Day came out on top. Liv Morgan came out still looking strong. Some people saying that they want to see Stephanie Valkyrie back with the belt, man. So hey, it is what it is. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. Liv is on the road right now. She doing her thing, but yeah, it's time for this Judgment Day thing to kind of break up, or they at least need to add characters into the faction that seem more reasonable. We never seen an all Latino faction to a high level. They tried with the LWO back in the day, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it only went so far, but hey, they can still try to do that same thing now, man, and make it worth its while. You know what I'm saying? We never seen an all black female faction. Now we got Lash Legends, we got Naomi when she come back. We got Bianca Belair. You know what I'm saying? We got Jay Parker. They could be little races going on in here. We could have an all white faction. We ain't never seen an all Arabic faction. You know what I'm saying? Arab faction, and we know that there's some Arab wrestlers in WWE right now too, man. So like them building that bloodline faction, that can go a lot of ways with that. Going back to that, well, in another segment that we had going on, man, Javon Evans had a match, man, and he was fighting JD McDonough. The match was cool. It was decent. They both good wrestlers, especially JD McDonough. We know that he's definitely a technical wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Javon Evans ended up winning the match. He ended up hitting the OG cutter out of nowhere, ended up getting the three, and while he's celebrating his victory, well, y'all know that boy Big Cass is back in WWE. Big Cass come from behind, man, knocked Javon Evans down to the ground, man. He beat him up for a little while. Ended up hitting him with the East River crossing. You know what I'm saying? He get out the ring after hitting him with the East River crossing. He on his way up the ramp. Then all of a sudden, Javon Evans picked up the mic and was like, "Nah, bro. You ain't did nothing, bro. Nah, 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 nah. You ain't finna just come out here and lay me out like that, bro." He was like, Big Cass, is that all you got, bro? You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, it's gonna take a little more. Well, Big Cass turned back around. He makes his way back down to the ring. You know what I'm saying? And oh my bad. And when he make as he trying to get into the ring, Javon Evans ended up hitting him. While he trying to step over the rope, he ended up hitting him, knocking him down to the ground. Then he go and run the ropes. He do a suicide dive through the ropes, man. He hit Big Cass, knock him down to the ground. He got on top of him, started punching him, started getting the best of him. All of a sudden, Dominic Mysterio come out of nowhere, grab Javon Evans, and throw him up against a ring post. And him and JD McDonough make their way down the ramp. But as they making their way down the ramp, JD McDonough tap Big Cass on the behind. You know how football players, when a person do a good play and stuff like that, they'll, tap him on the behind like, good job. Hey, JD McDonough tapped him on the behind, man. I don't know what that means, but hey, it is what it is. I guess we'll find out or whatever. Maybe he finna hook up with the Judgment Day. Who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So, Big Cass ended up grabbing Javon Evans and threw him up against the other ring post, man. He grabbing him by his dreads. Now, I got dreads myself, so I'm just like, bro, let the dude dreads go. Oh, my God, man. You know, people dreads can come out. You know what I'm saying? But, man, he took the dude, threw him up against the barricade. Excuse me again. He took him, threw him up against the barricade, man. Threw him back in the ring. He went in the corner. He didn't really get the run, but he took like one little step. Hit Javon Evans with a big boot. Knocked the dude down to the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He showed how tall he is. He steps over the rope, step over the top rope. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Show used to do. They end up getting down on the ground, man. So yeah, Javon Evans won his match against JD McDonald, but again he get blindsided by the returning Big Cass, man. And look like they trying to push Big Cass. I'm not against it. I understand that we need some people to, with somewhat of a noticeable name, at least to us wrestling fans. I ain't saying that Big Cass and Baron Corbin should be the next world champions, but they are names that these new people like Javon Evans and all them is that they can fight and help them get over for the future for the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. You know. All right, y'all know that a couple of weeks ago, Rey Mysterio asked for Roman Reigns to come have a conversation with him. And in that conversation, we found out that the Luchadors in AAA is going to have a tournament, and whoever wins the tournament is going to be a person that gets to fight Roman Reigns for his title. So Roman Reigns agreed to it. Well, they had two matches tonight that was relating to that storyline, and one of the matches was Ray Phoenix versus how you say that? El Fiscal. I think that's how you say it, El Fiscal. Um, of course, you know, Ray Phoenix ended up winning the match. The match was a good lucha match, man. It was decent. I don't really know El Fiscal like that. Definitely know Ray Phoenix from AEW. You know what I'm saying? Got to know who he was from TNA back in the day. Him and his brother Penta and all that stuff. Penta won with the Mexican Muscle Buster, man. So he will be the one to go and fight. I think that's Dragon Lee, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah, he should be fighting Dragon Lee in the last round. Which again, Dragon Lee also had a match on the show tonight for the same tournament. Dragon Lee ended up fighting Dr. Wagner Jr. and Dragon Lee ended up winning the match. Of course, you know what I'm saying. So it's going to be him and Ray Phoenix. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's it. Him and Ray Phoenix, whoever win out of that match, is supposed to be the person who's going to go fight Roman Reigns. And I think this is that Saturday night main event, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they're going to waste a pay-per-view on that, but we'll see whatever they decide to do with that in the future. Lyra Valkyria ended up cutting the promo on Soul Ruka. You know, she looking all whacked out. Bug out it, no makeup, no nothing, all natural, looking like somebody need to put some makeup on. You know what I'm saying? But um, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember them saying this was a number one contender match, but I believe that this was somewhat of a number one contender match between Lyra Valkyria and Saul Ruka to see who was going to fight whoever got the Intercontinental Championship right now. That's kind of slipping my mind. Well, Tiffany got the U.S. and the Intercontinental Championship is held by dang, who in the world got the Intercontinental Champion? Whatever. But Saul Ruka ended up winning the match. It was actually a nice match, man. You know, I know a lot of people, some people don't like female wrestling. I do, man. I like it all. It's WWE. One of the moves that I got to highlight, y'all know when Saul Ruka throw a person out the ring, she'll go run the ropes, and then she'll hit that cartwheel flip, and then she'll backflip over the top rope. Well, she ran the ropes. She hit the cartwheel right when she was getting ready to jump over the rope with the backflip. Oh man, Laura Vicaria jumped up on the apron and hit her with a reverse neck breaker. It bounced off the third rope and knocked her down to the mat. That was lit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will probably see the highlights this week because that was a nice move right there. Laura Vicaria is a good wrestler. I don't think nobody ever said that. But Vince Russo did say if she get over, he'll stop podcasting, and I kind of gotta agree with him. I don't ever see Laura Vicaria getting over based off the way that they brought her in. I'm not against it. Anything can happen. You know, this is wrestling. And again, she is a good wrestler, man, but I don't see no character that she could portray that would make her a superstar. But she could definitely stay there to help other women get better and, you know, get a title here or there. But I don't see her in the world, in the women's world championship picture. So anyway, Soul Ruka snatched her soul. You know what I'm saying? Got her soul snatched to where Soul Ruka seemed as if she's getting put in a position to get her title back, the Intercontinental Championship. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool, man. Another match that happened, Chad Gable had a match with Rey Mysterio, and this was probably the match of the night. So you probably want to go out your way to go see it. The crowd was so lit. The crowd was on fire for this match, man. They made the match even better than, I ain't gonna say what it was, but for lack of a better term, you know what I'm saying? Because it definitely was a good match. Again, I would say match of the night. They made it look like Rey Mysterio could have definitely won this thing, man. They made it look like Rey Mysterio had a chance, man. I can't even lie to you. But he didn't do it. He didn't pull it off, man. It came down to the finish of the match to where, you know, Ray was hitting some 619s. He hit like two of them. He hit one around the pole, hit one in the regular position. He went to go hit the, not the West Coast pop, but the splash. You know what I'm saying? Chad Gable picked his ankle after putting his knees up. He picked his ankle, put him in the ankle lock. Rey Mysterio did everything he could do to try to get out the ankle lock. He tried to gator roll. Chad gator roll with him, kept him in it. He tried to do, you know, some victory rolls and all that good stuff. Chad held on to the ankle, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, while trying to hit the ankle lock, Ray ended up doing another victory roll and ended up getting a pin on Chad Gable, but Chad Gable ended up reversing the pin. And in the pin reversal, he ended up pinning Rey Mysterio. No cheating, no nothing, straight up match, man. The crowd was going crazy. They was throwing their babies in the air. They was spilling their drinks, knocking nachos out of people's hands and everything for this. While they still on the ground after the match, Chad Gable ended up grabbing Rey Mysterio. They said a couple of words to each other in gratitude, man. And, you know, it really wasn't no beef between the dudes. Like I say, good match. Probably want to go out your way to go see it. That was the match of the night. Well, and in another segment, it's the final segment that I'm going to talk about, man. Y'all know Braun Breaker been tripping lately. You know what I'm saying? He's obsessed with who is the future of WWE. So while backstage with Kathy Kelly, The Vision, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and of course, you know, they got, dang, what's that girl name? I don't know why it just slipped my mind like that fast. Whatever. Uh, she was back there with my bad shot. She was back there with the Vision. You know what I'm saying? While they talking to Kathy Kelly, and they pretty much just talking their Vision stuff, right? She get the mic and she trying to speak to Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker don't really want to talk about what she talking about. He want to talk about who everybody saying the future is. So he ended up walking out to the ring from the backstage area. He go down to the ring. He get the microphone and he like, yeah, man, you know, he pretty much trying to let it be known that he the future. You know what I'm saying? And who out here talking about that over the future? You know, Paul Heyman end up coming out to the ring. And Paul Heyman, just like last week, he pretty much telling Braun, bro, why you worry about who the future is? You the only one worried about it. You the one tripping. It sounds like you scared. It's like you saying Oba is the future. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about that. You need to get in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Get on your level. Well, Oba Femi music hit. And we get the whoo, whoo, whoo. He walked down to the ring with the war strut. You know what I'm saying? He get in the ring. He grabbed a microphone. And he was like, He like, bro, why you out here asking stupid questions? Like, who's the future, Paul? And his impersonation of Braun Breaker, man, I didn't expect that, but he was on point. He was on point when he did it. He sounded just like Braun Breaker. So he was like, yeah, you out here asking, who's the future, Paul? And he was like, bro, you already know who the future is. He said, you know it, I know it, the audience know it. Man, Brock Lesnar told you who the future was because Brock was the future. And he said that I am the future. Even Brock Lesnar said that I'm the future. You know what I'm saying? So Braun Breaker looking like whatever, he started laughing at him. So Oba was like, look, the future is me. And he was like, if you got a problem with the answer to the question, who's the future, then you can take it up with me any place, any day, anytime. So Braun Breaker was like, well, what about if we take it? We can do it right here, right now. I got a problem with it. We can do it right here. We can do it right now. Paul Heyman ended up grabbing the mic and he put his hand in front of Braun Breaker. And he said, Braun Breaker, if you take one step towards Obafemi, then you can take a step from me. And the crowd just, oh. So Braun asked him, what are you doing, Paul? And Paul was like, look, WWE is a public traded company. This is the biggest promotion on the face of the company. I mean, on the planet. He said, we don't just answer to the people in the building. We don't just answer to the people that's at home. He said, we answer to the shareholders. He said, this match that you're trying to have with Obafemi, it may not be a popular message for the people of, Buffalo, New York in a dump like this. He said, but like me and Obafemi understand that we ain't finna put this match on right here on Raw. But it seemed like you still learning, bro. He said when two main eventers are standing in the ring face to face, you don't do no impromptu match on Raw to decide who the future is. He said somebody who is the future understands what box office is. The future understands what box office is. He said somebody who's the future understands that matches like this need to be promoted so that it can be the biggest match that it could possibly be. He said, well, Braun, if you didn't know it or not, I already set this match up with Adam Pearce. He said, Saturday night main event in Atlanta, Georgia is going to be Braun Breaker in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, where he got the home court advantage. It's going to be him versus Oba Femi. Hey, I'm all here for it. Paul Heyman said, look, that match right there is going to determine who truly is the future of WWE. Now, I want to see it, but I don't like it, man. It's too early, man. It's too early. They've been saying that Braun Breaker is going to be the next Roman Reigns, who was the next John Cena, who was the next Stone Cold, who was the next Hulk Hogan, et cetera, et cetera. They've been saying Braun Breaker is the future forever. Well, since he came in, I mean. But then we have seen all the glitches and botches and all that stuff or whatever, where it seems like within these last few weeks, like they taking that position from him. Oba organically is getting over now. You can still have, top people, like Roman himself, like Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker. You can have more than one person, even though you still have the person who's the man. You know what I'm saying? But not Oba, Braun was supposed to be the man, and it seemed as if they put him in this storyline because they taking that away from him now. And I don't like it, man. I think they still should have took a little bit more time to help him to become who we know that they want him to be. But I'm definitely not mad at them because if they're finna put Oba, or it look like they putting Oba in that position. Oba to me is like Brock. He needs to definitely win some championships, but he don't have to have a belt. Him within himself is the prestige, and a lot of people can't do that. That's just like Undertaker. Undertaker don't have to be a 17 times world champion. His character alone carries it, just like Brock. His character alone carries it, and to me, those are the stars. When you can get a person to that level, to where you want to see their match even over the people who have the title on them fighting on the same card, that's the position to me that they would like to get everybody at. You see what I'm saying? So to me, Oba is that type of person. Braun may need to pull a Roman. He may need to pull a John Cena or shoot. I ain't gonna say getting the belt, 17 times, but y'all understand what I'm saying. So yeah, man. But I'm here for it. I do want to see that match. I'm lit about that storyline too, man. And we gonna just see whatever happens. But we need to get Oba King of the Ring title shot on out the way. That need to be his next storyline. Since we know that this Braun Breaker thing is going to be his storyline right now, right after that, man, we need to go and be trying to put over into that title picture, get this Money in the Bank briefcase on Trick Williams, and let's start the road to WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I appreciate everybody who listening to your boy. Y'all know I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, Quack Quack. I just want to give a shout out to the flock. Quote the Ducks, nevermore.